What's up, people? I'm Chibuzo Machuku. I'd appreciate you liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Hundreds of people are being housed at Chicago's O'Hare Airport. I'm talking about asylum seekers. This raises safety and public health concerns due to the massive number of people brought into the country, mainly illegal immigrants. The airport has been flooded. Many or most of the asylum seekers arrived at Republican-controlled states whose governors sent them to Chicago. Now, the city of Chicago struggling with making tent cities to accommodate about 14,000 asylum seekers are housing the people at the airport. The entry rate apparently is much more than the exit rate. Those asylum seekers are afterwards expected to be put in police stations or sheriff's offices or a shelter with any openings, which would be rare, at the expense of the taxpayers. The immigrants eat food and are provided medical care. How crazy it is. The accommodation of the asylum seekers puts the workers of the airport, the travelers, and others at risk of being victims of crimes and of being infected. I wrote clips.
Immigrant buses were sent to cities like Chicago, D.C., New York. Many communities are just struggling with exactly what to do with all those people now.
And Texas has bused, as you know, hundreds of thousands of migrants to Democratic-led cities in protest of border policy, specifically from this administration. Now, along with many of the cities, Chicago is at a housing breaking point. Hundreds of them now staying and sleeping at O'Hare International Airport as an overflow shelter. Emily Finn is live for us at O'Hare, and Emily, advocates are sounding the alarm about the conditions there.
They certainly are, Marky. We do have a bit of an update for you. We just spoke with a Chicago police officer a couple minutes ago who confirmed that there are at least 433 migrants staying here at the airport. The migrants that we spoke to say that the conditions here are inhumane and they have some concerns about their well-being. As groups of migrants flown in from states like Texas continue to arrive at Chicago's O'Hare Airport almost daily, concerns about their living conditions continue to rise.
Well, they find another place for us to go to. Some have been here for 10 days, but people keep leaving, and the city of Chicago will take us, and will find a place for us to stay.
This man is from Venezuela and has been staying at the O'Hare's makeshift shelter for 4 days, hidden behind a black curtain in the middle of the airport. He says the facility is overcrowded with hundreds of migrants. Many are children. The groups of more than 400 migrants are well over the capacity limit set by the city, and a huge spike from the merely 31 migrants at the beginning of August. News Nation was able to obtain photos and videos from behind the curtain, showing confined spaces of families sleeping on the ground. At the airport, we tried to speak with city workers and organizers with Favorite Healthcare Staffing, who was overseeing the migrants' care, but they told us they were instructed not to speak to the media.
No one likes to live there. It's just a process that we have to wait for, to be called, and then we can leave. You are not going to be there for months. You are only there for days while the city finds a place for you.
This comes as cities like Chicago and New York have just passed 1 year since they began receiving busloads of tens of thousands of migrants from the southern border. The airport shelter is just one example of many throughout the cities, with groups of migrants staying at police stations and vacant hotels as officials attempt to find permanent solutions for them. One migrant, who feared repercussions if they spoke with our News Nation team on camera, sent us this text message saying, quote, "Here we are truly in conditions that are not at all humane. There are many children sick to their stomachs and other things because the food they are being given is not adequate food." And the 433 migrants are staying here, hidden behind these black curtains. They are well over capacity at this point. In fact, 4 times over capacity. And the police officer that we spoke to had some concerns about this as well. There was a volunteer medical group that was responding to an emergency assistance situation here at the airport where they treated 300 of the migrants here behind this black curtain. 100 of them were children, and the children were expressing concerns as they were vomiting from the food provided to them here, Adrian and Marky.
At least that's what they're saying. These folks have taken a very long trip. We don't really know what your stomach would feel like after walking for miles and then...
You see how crazy it is? The Democrats have made the USA look crazy. USA from the picture looks very much like a third world country. This is embarrassing. The Democrats, including President Joe Biden, have done clearly more than enough to deserve to be voted out. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.